dressed in blue for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
What is up, you guys? Gold Pony here today in the 2018 Honda Fit, courtesy of Apple Honda in York, PA. And it's been quite a while since I've been in a Fit, so let me just start with pricing. And so to start, there are 4 different trim levels available for the 2018 Fit. First one being the LX, that is going to start at $16,190. Then the Sport, which is the one I am in today, that is going to start at $17,500. Then there is the EX for $18,160. And lastly, the EXL, L meaning leather, of course. That one is going to start at $20,520. But I will say, regardless of the trim level, power plant on the 2018 Fit is going to be the same. And so powering this one is going to be a 1.5 liter inline 4-cylinder engine, putting out 130 horsepower at 6,600 RPM for the manual transmission, and 128 horsepower if you go with the CVT. And then for the torque numbers, 114 pound-feet of torque for the manual, and 113 pound-feet of torque available at 4,600 RPM for the CVT. The red line for the 2018 Fit is going to come in at 6,800 RPM, and power is going to be sent to the front wheels again through your choice of either a 6-speed manual or, like I said, a CVT, and paddle shifters are available for that CVT transmission, and I do have them today, so of course I will be testing them out in a little bit. So then when it comes to MPGs on this one, manual transmission is going to give you 29 city, 36 highway, and the CVT is going to give you 31 city, 36 highway. And I will say, just by the driver's left knee, there is a small little green button labeled Econ, and if you press that, that is going to help you get better gas mileage through a decreased throttle response as well as some of the climate control adjustment. And by the way, this one of course does take regular unleaded fuel. But so like I was saying, if you did opt for those optional paddle shifters, if you then push the shifter all the way to the back to that sport mode, that is going to allow you complete control over the paddle shifters, so the vehicle will definitely not shift for you if you do not want it to, and if you do not hit those paddle shifters. So if you want complete control, that is a pretty cool option there. But so like I was saying, let's put those paddle shifters to the test and see what kind of reaction time we have with them today. Alright, so you can still kind of tell it's a CVT, but I will say the paddle shifters actually do react pretty quickly in this one. So if you did want them for a little extra sportiness, they definitely do react pretty quickly. But so then when it comes to handling in the 2018 Fit, up front there is a McPherson strut front suspension with a front stabilizer bar as well. And again, continuing with the handling, I daily drive a Civic EX, and I gotta say, this actually feels like a heavier steering feel to me, so I actually prefer the steering feel in the 2018 Fit compared to my 2012 Civic EX, I can tell you that much. And then just to briefly touch on visibility, there is a large rear window back there, and this is a smaller car, so really there are absolutely no issues with visibility. I can see perfectly fine all around me, to be quite honest. And while I'm cruising behind this garbage truck here, I will say I'll get a little more into this later, but the seats are actually quite comfy, and you really do sink into them, and they're bolstered well, so when you're going around the turns, it's definitely actually been holding me in place very well. So I am definitely a fan of the seating on the 2018 Fit here as well. And so, but enough with the driving dynamics, you guys. Let's check out the exterior on this one. And so up front, there are multi-reflector halogen headlights for every trim level with an automatic feature, meaning when it starts to get dark out, those headlights will turn on automatically, so you don't have to worry about that. Also, there are going to be fog lights just below for the Sport, EX, and EXL trim levels. And also, if you do go with that Sport trim, which is the one you're looking at right now, you will get a full lip kit with orange accents surrounding the entire Fit, so that front bumper, side skirts, and rear bumper as well, so that definitely looks good there too. And then making your way to the sides, all trim levels are going to come with body-colored, power-adjustable side mirrors. EXL trim is going to give you integrated turn signals within those side mirrors as well. And then looking down when it comes to the wheel setup, 15-inch steel wheels with covers are going to come on the LX trim. Sport trim level is going to give you 16-inch black alloy wheels. Definitely looks good on this one. And both EX trim levels are going to give you 16-inch alloy wheels with black inserts. Then making our way to the back, LED brake lights do come standard on all trim levels, as well as a body color rear spoiler and that rear window wiper back there. And just below it all, there is a single exhaust outlet. And if you go with the Sport trim level, it does also come with a chrome tip. So as always, you guys, here is that exhaust clip. Now, since we are around back, let's pop that rear hatch. And as far as cargo capacity goes, that is going to come in at 16.6 cubic feet. Those rear seats do fold down, however, giving you a bunch more space, pushing that cubic feetness up to 52.7 cubic feet. And in the cargo area back there are tie-down anchors if you needed them as well. But then, making our way to those rear seats, rear seat legroom is going to come in at 39.3 inches. So for reference, I'm an even 6 feet tall. This is how much space I had going on back there. And there are passenger side seat back pockets as well for every single trim level for a little added storage. But then make your way to the front seats. There are manually adjustable seats with the cloth finish, except for, of course, the EXL, because like I said previously, the L means leather. And so with that leather seating, those seats are also going to come heated up there too. But then looking forward, there is a tilt and telescoping steering wheel, which is leather wrapped for every single trim level. And when it comes to the startup, push button start is going to come standard on the EX trims. Otherwise, you do just simply put your foot on the brake and turn the key, which is the setup I have today. But so then upon startup, those gauges are going to come in a black and blue theme there. Tachometer is going to be all the way on the left, speedometer is front and center, and there is a small circular display all the way to the right, letting you know what time of day it is, as well as your chipper information and outside temperature there. But then when it comes to overall interior quality, there is a USB hookup front and center, as well as a 12-volt power outlet up there. And with the air conditioning system on this one, I do always like to mention this, but there is an air filtration system as well, helping keep the air clean inside the cabin, which is always a good thing. And I gotta say, this sport trim I have today, I do like the checkered theme on the seats and the door, so definitely looks good there. But so now let me get into the tech a little bit. Front and center, if you go with the LX trim level, that is going to give you a 5-inch color LCD display. 7-inch high-resolution display is going to come on the Sport and both EX trims. And so with that 7-inch high-resolution display, that one does come standard with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, meaning if you have a smartphone, you could simply hook that up via the USB outlet I just told you about, and you have navigation through Google Maps, which is the most reliable and best navigation in my opinion, just because I use it every single day and I'm a big fan of that. But also through Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, you do have the ability to like and dislike your Pandora songs up on that 7-inch display as well, and you do have access to iHeartRadio and a couple other apps as well. And then continuing on, this one also comes with Bluetooth and audio streaming. As far as the sound system goes, the LX trim level is going to give you a 160-watt sound system with 4 speakers. Every single other trim level is going to give you 180 watts with 6 speakers. And if you were looking for a factory navigation system on this one, it is available for the EXL trim. But now, since I mentioned the sound system, let's turn on the radio and test out the clarity of this one. Alright, so definitely enough loudness for the Fit. The Fit isn't all that big, so really the sound system works fine with the Honda Fit. Definitely a fan of that. Not a ton of bass, but definitely crystal clear on this one. So with the Fit, that sound system is working for me. But then last thing I did want to mention to you guys is when you do put the Fit in reverse, for every single trim level, there is a multi-angle rear view camera for you there, letting you know who or what is behind you, so you don't go running anything or anyone over, which, as always, is going to lead me into safety. And so to start, there are front, side, and side curtain airbags. In the back, there is latch, aka lower anchors and tethers for children for those rear car seats, along with rear child door locks as well back there. Also standard is vehicle stability assist with traction control, and there are anti-lock brakes with electronic brake force distribution, brake assist, and a tire pressure monitoring system. And also I did want to mention, standard on EX trims and available on all CVT models is also forward collision warning, lane departure warning, a collision mitigation braking system, and a road departure mitigation system. And so, but anyways, that is about it for this one, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like the video and subscribe. Feel free to follow me on social media at the bottom there, and I will see you guys in the next video. Stay gold. I kind of like this. 97 degrees. My goodness. Didn't realize it was that hot. And I'm cruising around in the Honda Fit Sport. Fit Sporty.